Only days after James released a statement about his allegations, Jeffree star subtly shaded him, but Shane and Tati, on the other hand, are nowhere to be seen. Hello and welcome back to Drama Investigator. In today's respill, we're going to be investigating the James Charles situation, more allegations resurfacing, Jeffree star's reaction to James getting cancelled, and did Bryce Hall just get exposed by his side chick? So, for those of you who don't know, James Charles released a public statement a few days back where he denied allegations that he was an underage fan. Since this was exposed, a lot of other alleged victims came out and shared their experiences with James, with screenshotted receipts. The public has had a mixed response to the allegations against James. 50% are horrified because this has happened far too many times now, and the other 50% are supportive of James, and calling his alleged victims clout chasers. As we all know, James first got called out for being an alleged by Tati, Jeffree and Shane. James eventually redeemed himself by exposing his side of the story in a YouTube video with receipts. Jeffree and Tati backed off after that and said that they were going to shut up for legal reasons. Fast forward to last year, Tati came out with a video after the Shane and Jeffree series ended, exposing Shane and Jeffree for allegedly manipulating her into thinking James was a predator. Tati apologised to James publicly. Since then, the world has been James's oyster, and Jeffree and Shane got cancelled for their pasts resurfacing. So yeah, it was only a few days ago that James responded to allegations in a public Twitter statement that's not really getting the proper attention it needs. There are so many faults in his defensive statement, and many people are starting to point this out, most notably actual victims of grooming. A tweet that's getting a lot of attention at the moment was this lady's response to the James Charles situation. I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm living in the twilight zone right now. I don't know if it's my own triggers working against me or what, but how is James Charles allowed to carry on right now? Does none of this matter? I'm really effing struggling right now. To all the other victims of who are watching this situation literally not matter to anyone? I'm sorry, and I imagine we feel the same things right now. Like, am I going effing crazy? How are his subs asking about his video schedule, acting like nothing's going on? So one of James's alleged victims who came forward recently tweeted about how they can't handle the bullying from speaking out, and that it's affecting their mental state to the point where they plan on deleting all their social media. I've never been so much in my life. This is exactly why I didn't want to talk about my James Charles story. The disgusting comments I've been receiving for simply sharing an experience I have are insane. I'm probably going to delete my social media soon. He's also come onto TikTok a few times and released more screenshots and screen recordings to defend himself after getting the backlash.
Since people are saying that I set James Charles up, here's a conversation between me and my older brother. So on May 24th, I messaged him saying James Charles hit me up. And he goes, "Oh, that weirdo, about what?" So I started to show him our conversation on Instagram. There was more to the conversation, but it wasn't anything bad, so I don't really need to share that. But I also showed him that he added me on Snapchat, as you can see. And after that, we didn't really talk about it. So as you guys can see here, May 25th, 2019, I gave a call to my cousin Sabrina, and I just told her that me and James started talking. This same day, we were supposed to go to a family event, and I told her, don't talk about the James Charles thingy at all. And she goes, obviously not, I got you. And I'm like, don't mention it at all because it's a low-key thing for now. So when I meant low-key thing, that means me and him were like starting to build a relationship when we just started talking, but I want to keep it low-key. Since people are... When you open your conversation between a verified person and you, the star disappears, so please educate yourself.
So where is Jeffree Star at the moment? What does he think of all this? No one really knows, but to be honest, he has been posting some questionable things to his social media without actually acknowledging what's happening to James. For example, he's super happy and excited on his recent Instagram stories. Of course, he's out here thinking this is a perfect time to self-promote his recent launch.
Hi guys, it's been a minute. It's been a very crazy weekend, and right now we are at the Jeffree Star Cosmetics headquarters, and we are shipping Miss Blood Sugar Anniversary orders all day and night. I'm here testing new formulas, reminiscing, playing around, and just want to say hi.
Gosh, the tone, guys, I don't know what to think. But at the end of the day, there's so many rumours online that Jeffree and Shane are living for James getting cancelled. So who knows, James getting cancelled for these allegations could potentially help launch Shane, God forbid Dawson, back into the spotlight. Most people, however, are pissed at all three problematic YouTubers and believe they all deserve to be cancelled. Don't think that for a second people have forgotten about Shane and Jeffree's pasts. Another interesting thing to note is that Jeffree Star was dropped in a nutshell by Morphe as soon as his allegations against him went public and his past resurfaced. But people are pointing out that Morphe doesn't have that same energy towards James. Is that because they're now thinking, oh shit, we can't go around dropping all our influencers because we'll have none left and then we won't make any more money? Also, there's speculation now that the real reason Morphe dropped Jeffree was because they used controversy as a convenient excuse to get rid of Jeffree. Maybe they weren't making that much money off him, maybe they wanted that PR and clout that went along with getting rid of him, who knows? Guys, the tea just keeps getting hotter and hotter. Bryce Hall has been accused of cheating on Addison Rae with a star. Addison was recently confronted by the paparazzi about the rumours and she appeared to be crying when asked about it. Around the same time the paparazzi released this footage, the woman who Bryce was accused of cheating with spoke about the rumours.
Well, I wasn't originally going to address this because the truth always comes out, but now that my name and like my ad name are like out there and like being dragged through the mud, I think it's important for me to say my part. I actually met Bryce and his team and the boys like that night because I was connected by a really good friend of mine to go there for work. It was a business networking type of thing, and I was with my friend and Bryce's team pretty much all night up until like 2 a.m. And from the space that I was with all of them, there was nothing that happened that I constituted as disloyal at all. He was on FaceTime with Addison multiple times. And yeah, like even serenaded her with the piano and whatnot, and like nothing that I would ever think is disloyal. Like I said, I can only account for things that I was presently there for, and from what I saw in like the 6 hours that I've known those guys, he handled himself in a very conducive way in terms of like he had a girlfriend. There was nothing that I saw that was disingenuous or anything that I would label like sketchy or weird, and I definitely never even got close to Bryce in that way. Like, he has a girlfriend, he is in a happy relationship, and we respect relationships out here. So yeah, all of that stuff is like honestly just so blown out of proportion. And I'm not really sure what else to say, but that's just the truth. I also wanted to address this screenshot that I guess somehow like went viral, but there's like just a ton of misinformation in that. Someone said that I put up a story thanking J-Rod and Bryce for like a really good time. That's not the case at all. I linked the story that they're talking about on my profile in a separate highlight reel, so you can watch it or listen to it on your own time if you would like. I basically tagged Bryce and J-Rod. I said, you know, Bryce has a new video on his channel, go check it out. J-Rod killed the edit, and that's why J-Rod reposted it.
People are saying she's in the wrong too because she knew about Bryce and Addison's relationship. And there's also rumours that she's being paid hush money to keep quiet. What are your thoughts on all this drama? And also, do you think Jeffree will ever mention anything directly about James Charles? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.